Oh my god, sorry, my video recording is stopped again. But let's continue. The generalized triangle allows for 180-degree angles and 0-degree angles. So that's the thing I want to say, but don't ask me why right now. I will explain it when we face to face. I mean, yes, if when I explain face to face, it's easy. I and find length B in follow triangles, and okay, angle opposite side, angle opposite side, sine rule. So we put everything here, then we move everything to one side and let B let only B at one side of the equation. Then we know that B is equal 10 over sine 45 times sine 20. Then we know it's 4.84. You have to put all the number in your calculator, and for this thing is same. But this time we know two side and one angle, which is opposite angle of one side. Then we also still can use sine rule. We do same thing. Then we put all the information in the calculator. Then we know it's 60.2. Oh, guys, the thing is, we use sine rule. If we use sine rule, the angle we can calculate is C, and we use 180 degree minus 70 degree and angle C, which is 49.8. Because if we just use sine rule, we cannot get A because we don't know how long is line BC. And now we will talk about cosine rule. And for cosine rule, it seems not really beautiful, right? Because you see, I mean, it's not like sine rule. It looks really ugly. But actually, I want to say something. I want to talk something. Look at this cosine rule in this form. What did you find? Actually, if you ignore this part, is Pythagorean theorem. If you don't have this part, it's okay. The Pythagorean theorem. So how is the cosine rule and this related? It's because if angle A is 90 degree, which means the triangle is it's a right triangle. Then because we know that cosine 90 is 0, so this term will disappear. Then cosine rule will become Pythagorean theorem. So cosine rule is just that extend Pythagorean rule to all the triangle. And also you can write cosine rule at this form. So why? It's because this form normally we want to calculate a side, and this form we can calculate the angle, the cosine of our angle. So you don't have to change the form, like move this here, then divide by 2 BC, then change to this form. So it's easy. So how do you prove it? I have not drawn it. I prove it when I was in grade 9. So grade 9, yeah. How do you prove it? So we do same thing. Go. Because we want to get cosine A. Yeah. So if we want to get cosine A, we can just make line like that. So we know that A squared is equal h squared plus c minus x squared. Yes, whole thing is c, even though they use y. Because a squared is equal h squared plus y squared, and the y is equal c minus x. So yes, like that. Then same after we move, we know that, oh, where's my mouse? Hello. My h squared is equal b squared minus x squared. Yes, the thing is we try to move we try to use, because both two equations have h squared, then we can use one to replace another equation's h squared. And also we know that cosine A is equal x over b, yes, according to the definition, neighbor over longest. And so x is equal b cosine A. Then we can use only ABC to replace. We can use all things related to ABC to replace h and x. So here, h squared is equal b squared minus x squared. X is equal b cosine A. Then we use every these two things to replace all the things in this equation. Then we note here. Then we simplified it. Then we can get the cosine rule. It is the point. And here, yes, we just use the formula to calculate something. Yeah, I mean those things, we always just use definition. So actually standard level core stuff is not really hard. And also the last knowledge about trigonometry is area of triangle. So this one looks okay, kind of beautiful, because you see ABC. Okay, ABC. All the letters just appeared one time. Is really good. And over 2. Or half AB times sine C. How do you prove it? This one we also just use this way. Make a line. So I mean, oh my god. Why we use this formula is because, oh my, what am I saying? Why we drove a line which is perpendicular to line AC? Because actually this line is the height of the triangle. And also the first formula we learn about area of triangle is related to the height of triangle, so we need this. Then we create it. So we know that area of this triangle is BH divided by 2, right? And how much? What is h? What thing can we replace h? Remember that in the first formula we use this thing to replace h. H is equal h is equal a time sine c, right? Why we use sine, not cosine? Because cosine is just this length. If we want to find this length, we need to find this length. Maybe you have to create a equation, but it's not make sense. I mean, we just make everything easier. So here's a, here's h. According to the definition, sine c is equal h over a. So we know that h is equal a times sine c. Then because h is equal a times sine c, so we can use this thing to replace h here. Then we know that area is equal half of AB times sine c. So yes, right now we just use the formula to calculate the area, or we use a formula to, for example, here. I will just use example. I mean, if we know the two sides and we know the area of this triangle, then we can use the formula to calculate. How to calculate it? So yes, we put all the things we know in the formula, and we want to get the x, so we move sine x to only one side. Then we use a calculator to calculate how much is x. So I think it's all the thing about trigonometry. No, not really. Here's something here. Oh my god. I mean, this thing is really okay. If I have this graph, I can explain one formula in the chapter before is related to how to calculate AG. Hello, where's my translator? Cuboid. If we know three sides of a cuboid, how to calculate the longest line? Yes, it means from here to here. The formula is that is like this one side square plus a second side square plus third side square. Okay, this first dimension, second dimension, third dimension, the length of three dimension of cuboid. The sum of this three sides square and then square root. So in this case, it will be a 3 square plus 3 square plus 5 square and square root of the result. Why? Okay, I will use this to explain. Look. So ABC actually is a right triangle, right? So we know that AC is equal AB the square root of AB square plus BC square, right? And also ACG is also a right triangle. So we know that AG is equal AC square plus CG square. And okay, I will write it a bit. So we know that AC square is equal AB square plus BC square, and AG square is equal AC square plus CG square. Then we know that is equal AB square plus BC square plus CG square. So we know that AC is equal AB square plus BC square plus CG square. But the formula we have in last chapter before is based on three-dimension space which have a coordinate. So actually we know that, okay, just imagine that here's a three-dimension space. So actually AB is this dimension, you can imagine that AB is this dimension, BC is this dimension, CG is this dimension. How do you calculate AB, BC, CG when you have 2 points? It's easy. Okay, X, Y, Z, but which direction is positive? I don't care. It's not really important. This is the formula appeared last time. So we can use the thing we learned about trigonometry, use the definition of sine, cosine, tangent, and use calculator. We can find some angle, special angle. Okay, after the formula we know how much is AH and AG, then maybe they will ask us how much is angle AGH. Beautiful. AGH. AGH actually is also in a right triangle, so yes, it's really easy. If we know AH and AG, then we can use inverse function of trigonometry, then we can get it. So we just something like that. 3 over AH, 3 over square root of 34 is tangent of AGH. Oh no. If we want to calculate HAG, then we need HG over HA. So it will be 3 over square root of 34. Then yes, it will be something like that. And also for, it's not really hard too, because we still use definition to calculate some angle, right? So no worries. Ha 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 ha. So let me see this question. B want to ask us the acute angle between AG and EC. AG and EC. Oh my god, this one. How do you calculate it? So, okay, I mean for me, my method will be, okay, AEC is a right triangle, right? And the middle point, or actually, AG, EC, the intersection of AG and EC is also the middle point of EC. And also, I think, I don't know, do you guys know that? In a right triangle, if this point is middle point, then we cross this. So this line, this three line will be equal. So EM is equal, MC is equal AM. This three line is equal. Then actually, we know that AC is equal 3 times square root 2. Then we can calculate this angle. Why? Because this angle is equal to this angle, because this triangle have this two lines same. Okay, so I don't know. How do they calculate it? No, it's not the fastest. Actually, if you AC is obviously 3 times square root 2, because this right triangle is with 45 degree. So yes, my method will be, look, AC 3 times square root 2. AE 5. Therefore, oh wait, which angle do they want to say? Oh, the acute angle, so it will be AME. So we know that tangent AEC will be this, right? Right? I mean, then what should we do? Then we know that it will be an angle, right? And this angle is equal to this angle, and this. So in this triangle, we can calculate this angle easier. Use 180 degree minus this result times 2, so it will be easier. So the result will be same. I mean, here's also just tell you what can we use if we learn trigonometry. Yes. Oh my god. Those things is not related to exactly a formula, but it just tell you some method what can we use for those knowledge. So